So another Six Nations round is done and dusted, and having 2 weeks off, it was definitely needed. We obviously had Italy versus Ireland to start. Italy obviously ran Ireland so close, which was really good to see. My past prediction of Italy probably being the worst team has definitely swayed. Wales seem to be the weakest at the moment, which was obviously evident when they lost to England, just by 10 points though, so not too bad. And then probably the game of the round, definitely had the most drama, was France versus Scotland. 2 red cards early on, which opened up the game. Looking at the table then, Ireland still sit top, ready for a Grand Slam. Scotland, England and France are all on 10 points, just separated by points difference. And then Italy in 5th and unfortunately Wales in last place. Let me know what you think the final table rankings will be down in the comments. I think it'll probably be quite similar to how it is now. If you are new around here, then please subscribe to the channel. We've got 2 rounds left and we've also got a week off now, just as we did for round 3. So subscribe to the channel, there'll be plenty of videos coming out, and turn notifications on not to miss out. Looking at how I did for round 3 then, I think I'm quite happy. Over 800 points is obviously a bonus. Looking at the first game, Italy and Ireland, I obviously didn't pick any Italy players, which was obviously a mistake. A huge Italy player I missed out on was Lorenzo Canone, who scored over 60 points. But the Ireland players I did have really did perform well. Sheehan on the bench as super sub almost scored 60 points. Doris, probably slight disappointment. He played at 6, but then moved to 8 later on in the game, which is when he really showed his stardom. But then the 2 standouts, Hugo Keenan and James Lowe. Probably should have captained James Lowe. That would have been over 180 points. However, I'm happy with Keenan still. Mac Hansen was also definitely a huge omission from this team. You can see Van der Merwe only scored 8 points. Pretty crazy really. I don't know what he was doing in that game. Just couldn't get the ball in his hands clearly. The next game is Wales and England. Similar to the first game, I only picked English players, apart from one Welsh player on the bench in Mason Grady. All of my England players actually did superbly. As you can see, Genge, Chesham, both in the 30s, almost 40s. Ludlam was outstanding again, almost scored 50 points. And then Ollie Lawrence, once again, did absolutely amazing. 75 points and capped it off with a try. I think Louis Rees-Zammit is also a great option now that he's fit again. As you saw on the weekend, he didn't have much ball at all, but he can just make that spark and score a try literally within seconds. So he's definitely an option going forward. Then the final game of the weekend was France versus Scotland. I picked 4 players from each here because I thought the game would be quite closely contested, but also have a bit of flair about it. And to be honest, that was the case. We'll start with France. Marchand, Flamand, not too bad. Marchand probably could have got through a little bit more work, scored more points for me, but happy with Flamand's score. Obviously, Anthony Gelange, really upsetting that he had to go off with a head injury really early on. Looked really promising and one of their best ball carriers, as he does always. So 23 points is obviously not great, but we know he had to come off early. Dupont, once again, amazing. Over 40 points, and I think got a few assists as well. Just such a classy player. I think he just has to be in your team now. Then looking at the Scotland players, Xander Fagerson, pretty poor with 11 points. I haven't picked up on Fischetti yet. I think he scored like 30 points or over in every round so far, so I don't know why I'm not picking him up. Probably will for round 4. But then we've got Russell and Hugh Jones. Both scored tries. Hugh Jones got the 2, and Finn Russell has obviously got a few assists to his name as well. So really happy with them. Both players are one of my highest scoring in this week. But the strange omission in this team is Van der Merwe. Only scored 8 points for some reason. Really confused here. Just think he must have not got enough of the ball. With 14 players, I thought he would get a lot more. But yeah, bit tricky one here. I think this is definitely an outlier, seeing as though he's been one of the best players of the tournament so far. A big omission here in this game for France was definitely Thomas Ramos. scored the interception try from Russell's pass, but also kicks points as well. So he was a huge player to miss. I think he scored almost 90 points. So if you had him in your team, congrats to you. Looking at the JG Rugby Leagues then, I'm actually in the top 10 for all three of them, which I think is quite positive. If you see your names on screens, if you're in 1, 2, 3 or 4, then huge congrats to you as well. Bit of a funny week. They seem to always score close to the 800 mark, which usually is quite good, but obviously with the points changes this year, 800 seems to be maybe average. Let me know how you guys are doing down in the comments. I'm also just outside the top 400 in England and just outside the top 1000 in the world, basically. So I think I'm on track. I think I definitely want to break into the top 1000, hopefully 750. We've got 2 rounds to do it, so fingers crossed. Once again, thanks to all of you who watch my videos, who like, who comment, and also the subscribers as well. It really helps. I really enjoy doing these videos, and I think you all enjoy it as well. So I'll keep them coming, but thanks to you all, and I'll see you in the next video.